Welcome to Manifested Publishers.
Hello learners, my name is Stephen Kariungi, and today we continue with our topic of discussion, and we are discussing reproduction in animals. Now, we are at the stage of discussing reproduction in human beings, and as we discuss the reproduction in human beings, we'll start by discussing the structure and function of the male reproductive system. So, the reproduction in human beings, and we'll start with the structure and function of the male reproductive system. So on that, we'll start by having a diagram. Put the diagram on this side. So the structure of the male reproductive system is made of the following parts. We have the testes, we have the epididymis, then we have the sperm duct, also known as the vas deferens. Then we have the urethra. Then we have the penis. Then we have some glands. We have the prostate gland. We have the seminal vesicle. And then we have the Cowper's gland. So those are the parts that form the male reproductive system. Of course, this is the urinary bladder, which is supposed to be part of the urinary system. So the urinary bladder is not part of the reproductive system, but it's part of the urinary system or the part of the excretory system. So we're going to look at the functions of each of those parts, and we'll start with the testes. Testes is the singular. So the testes have two main functions, and we are saying that they are oval shaped. So these ones are two oval shaped structures, and these structures, they produce the sperms, which are the male gametes, and number two, they also produce the male hormones. Male hormones called androgens. So that is basically the function of the testes. We are saying that there are two oval-shaped structures that produce the sperms, and also they produce the male hormones that are known as the androgens. We can also say that the testes are located outside the body cavity, within the scrotum or the scrotal sac. So you can also show that. So you have the scrotum there. And the reason why the sperm cells, the testes are located outside the body cavity is because the process of sperm production occurs at a temperature below the body temperature. So the testes are located outside the body cavity within the scrotum because sperm production occurs at a temperature below the body temperature. A temperature below the body temperature. Then, it's also good to note that sperm production involves meiosis. Meiosis is a type of cell division that occurs within the testes that leads to the formation of sperms. So the sperm production involves meiosis and occurs in small tubes within the testes called seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. So that is the point where the sperm production occurs. And then after the testes, we have the epididymis. So this is a coiled tube where the sperms are stored. So this is a coiled tube for storage of sperms. So once they are produced in the seminiferous tubules, they are stored within the epididymis. Then we have the number 3, the sperm duct, also known as the vas deferens. The vas deferens or the sperm duct. This is a long tube that carries the sperms to the urethra. Then we have the prostate. We have the glands. We have the prostate gland. This one secretes an alkaline fluid, produces an alkaline fluid that activates the sperms, neutralizes the acidity of the urethra. So the urethra is acidic because it's also the passage of urine. The urine that is coming from the urinary bladder also passes through the urethra. So there is the chances of acidity as a result of the urine. So the prostate gland releases an alkaline fluid that neutralizes that acidity. The acidity of the urethra and vaginal fluids. The acidity of the vaginal fluids. Then we have the seminal vesicle, is another gland. The seminal vesicle also produces an alkaline fluid. That nourishes the sperms. An alkaline fluid that provides nourishment to the sperms. Then we have the urethra. This one is the ejaculatory duct where the semen passes during ejaculation. Then we have the penis. This is the copulatory organ. Is the organ that allows copulation or sexual intercourse to take place. It's for sexual intercourse. So basically we have those parts of the male reproductive system plus their functions. All the way from the testes or up to the penis, which is the organ that is usually used for sexual intercourse, or the copulatory organ. So we'll have an assignment on that. So the first question in the assignment, what is the function of A, testis, B, prostate gland, and C, seminal vesicle? And 2, explain why the testes are located outside the body cavity. So we'll stop there. Until next time, goodbye.